1 lights, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. It's like that, we go down. It's a big delay from the lights there, and Tiaz sets off now. Can Kevin manage to get that lead into turn 1? Well, here he comes now, looking for that move, further moves on the back as well. Ruben trying to cover off the other Ferrari of Stay Daisy, but Tiaz leads in there. Nilu round the outside now into turn 2 there, and he manages to get ahead. So Kevin drops down another position. Maybe he's just going to sit and watch for that opportunity to come again, and I'm sure it will. But look at that, off the track goes one of the racing balls, and that is ACM getting bullied from P11 now down to P9, losing 8 places there. But Nilu there is also going to try and gain more positions to the lead, racing side by side between State Daisy and Dincho. Not Dincho, sorry, Ruben. It was Dincho, my bad. And Dincho was looking for the opportunity to come, but missed out there, and it's going to try and go for again. And that's a spin there from one of the Northlands. That is Vastos there into the barriers, just missing out thankfully from damage. Mavis looking for a move now on Ruben, and he's just missed out there. But Mavis, actually, I think Mavis, no, he hasn't lost it, but he is side by side because State Daisy has now said thank you very much, and I'll take that. But now comes Dincho, so Mavis is losing not one, but I think it's about 3 positions he's almost about to lose.
Yeah, I think either he's just conserving tyres or Nilu goes off there. I think he might be threatened by Kevin. There's multiple drivers off the circuit. I don't know what they're doing at the back there, but I'd much prefer to look at the battle for second place over rather than the battle for the wooden spoon, as Luschek is out, and I think they were maybe under VSC right now.
And we just missed out on an incident there with the car stopped on track, and that was, I believe, Osman ramming into the back of the driver, missing out, but safety car is now deployed on track. The crash that was further back with the onboard from Geordie, one of the Haas, I believe, I think that was Lucha. Geordie lost it there just before the last corner, and off the track there to Mavis, almost taking out a car, and that's a disconnection from his wheel. It has to be. He's had this before when he was in Silverstone, I believe, last season, and look at that. That is one of the other ones, but that is a big effect in there from Mavis into turn 1 that smashed the car, and no, that has really affected him from getting high up in the points now. Yeah, so that's got to be a disconnection.
That was a disconnection of his wheel, if not anything. That doesn't yet, and he's been disqualified. I knew that he would get the stop from track warning. It's whether he could get back going, as that's Michael, who just did a half spin coming out of turn 4. So problem with some multiple drivers, as it looked like, that would look like almost, because he went over the inside glass. Apart from that, that was almost a carbon copy of what happened to Michael Schumacher when he went up against Bruno Senna in 2012.
Most of his battery from this, and Kevin is just waiting to use it now. There he goes. He's going to use it out of this last corner. Hero's opportunity now. Osman has left the session. That may be a disconnection, but here he comes now. Kevin Van Dyke for P2. Dive bomb into turn 1 and gets it done. Holding off Nilu. Nilu may not give this one up without fight, but almost. Sadly, he does actually, and we'll have to miss out with that one. Ruben is still going to watch, and remember that Nilu will have, well, he's obviously in P3, but he will have that DRS again. Ruben is going to try and get Nilu this time. He's sliding those wheels as well. We said that was going to be the corner where we're going to hopefully see a bit more action, but it's all the drivers really taking more precaution. But here he comes now, up to the last corner, and DRS will be available any minute now. He has with almost a 2-second lead there, so he basically, if he can stick his together, he will be winning this. Nilu though, onto the back of Kevin with an easy overtake done into turn 1, and Kevin will not take up a fight with that one and just wait it out for the opportunity to come. But Nedza, the more and more times that Nilu and Kevin fight, it's going to be more and more people coming back, further forward and joining in this huge DRS train.
No, especially if you're Tiaz, Nilu, Kevin or Dincho, who have those all the tyres, you have to be in full conservation mode, because you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if those tyres are going to get to a point where they degrade nicely, and towards the end of the stint they just lack grip. But it's when the tyres don't give you anything, and they're oversteering or they're understeering, and they don't get it as a safety car. So that's thrown the strategy right on its head. So
it's a safety car there from Michael. One of the Sabers has gone off. Where has he gone off?
To the end. I don't want to see if Nilu can hang on to this lead.
Here we go now, so if we do get an answer, we'll answer the other question that come through, maybe in the race. But anyway, we are ready to get going. G-Man with a 10-second time penalty for something collision with ACM there in P14, P15, missing out there. But there we go. Nilu sets a pack. He's just going to slow him up. Kevin is going to try and make that opportunity. Will take the lead of the race as well. But when is Nilu going to go? He's gone now. Now using his battery up to the line now. Now can Kevin try and make that opportunity to take the lead of the race into turn one? He doesn't look it, and Nilu's just going to slowly pull away as well. And here he comes now, looking for a move to turn one. He's getting even closer, but Nilu's just holding him off. And there we go. Move there from Dincho and State Daisy. State Daisy was behind, so looking for that move to come. And just stays up Ruben in P3 now after Tiaz pitting. And Tiaz is on the medium compound tyres, and he's going to try and catch up to the rest of the pack when he can. And he's fighting there with 007 move down the inside, the shaky driver with the wheel, sorry. And here he comes now into P10, moving up even more of a spot as he's getting another one. He's going to go for 2 that time. No, and he's got McLaren finishing hard as well in front of him, so let's see that with the rest of the race if he can manage to do that. But look at that gap, it's a 6/10 gap with him and Kevin, and as we're saying, he maybe linked a bit of dirty air out of the last corners there from Kevin, but you know, he seemed pretty comfortable in the lead there.
Kevin's got a 3-second time penalty, so yeah, his lead is pretty much secure now. If I was Kevin now, I'd be well and truly, I don't know what the adjective or what the verb would be, but there's not really much you can do other than try and, I suppose you can try and get into the lead and just put cars between him and Ruben, but I think the best case scenario for him is he's finishing P5 because he's got a needless time penalty. And he's surely going to get a penalty for taking out Nilo as well.
It's a big shot for Kevin, missing out on opportunity, especially pole position as well, trying to keep up the streak. But we now start the last lap of the race here in Spain for season 9, and Ruben leads us on lap 33. He's now coming to turn 1, and it's got Kevin all over the back of him. I don't know why Kevin would think he can try and make a move on him, because really none of it is going to work, and you know, it definitely will not work out well for him. He's still not going to be on the podium as it stands anyway. But Ruben is just going to try and just bring this home with obviously defending a bit from Kevin. But Tiaz, he's just going to stay where he is because him and his rival are going to be right next to each other in the podium spot. So a lot of controversy between those two. But Kevin will be having a big word with the stewards after the race, discussing Winston with Nilu in P13, that's gaining the spot he's in P14 before. But now, down the back straight for the last time now as we come up to the last corners, and Ruben had, well, started P5 I believe, maybe P4, and is now fighting, but look how State Daisy and Dinto are going through this one. Now that's giving Kevin an even better opportunity to do it, but no, it's still not going to work well for him at all, and he's now just going to be staying there in P3. But Ruben is now landing the last corner this time. Ruben comes up to line, he now wins, now here in Spanish Grand Prix. Tiaz second, Kevin third. No, Kevin's dropping down to fifth out as I predicted. Dinto for the podium position, and there we go, now you predicted it well. As the last car now rounded in. But Ruben has now won here and is increasing the gap between him and Tiaz. But Tiaz finished in the P2, so it won't drop too much. But it's 50 points for the win there, so it's interesting what to see who will come out with that one. But anyway, that was a hell of a race, Nedzo and YB. I have to say, I mean, we had a few shocks in that, and we won't have Kevin in the interview room, but we will. Dincho is already. He's eager. He's already in that podium room. In the interview room. Driver of the day goes to Dylan. Not sure on that one after he took out Michael, which was a shock. But there we go. Ruben, your winner here today. And P2 it goes to Tiaz. P3. Dincho P4, State Daisy P5, Kevin, sorry, after the penalty, P6, Damien P7, Froby P8, Vastas P9, ACM P10, finishing high. And over to you, Nedzo.
Yep, it was 11th place being taken by Nilo after that incident. Then it's Dylan, Werner, 007 and G-Man finishing one lap down. Then your non-finishers today were Osman, who retired, I believe, in the pit lane, Michael, who went out on his own, Geordie, who went out early on, Luzchek and Mavers, who had that unfortunate disqualification due to his steering wheel failing and him